Good evening. Chris Lee of Southeastern 16 here for SEC Sunday Baseball Reaction. I'm joined by Graham Esmond. I just put the two of you guys into one. That's a classic open him here. Alfred Esmond, Graham Doty. That's who you guys are. I'm still Chris Lee, I think. And here's the plan for tonight. We're going to give you probably a 25-minute take on what we saw today, and then we're going to do a members-only premium stream where we're going to go bigger picture for the weekend. I think we're going to try to drop that into the chat, and we will talk about postseason implications and the bigger picture things. But, hey, right now we're here to talk to you guys about what happened today. Here are the final scores from Sunday. Arkansas salvages its series with LSU with a 7-4 win. Vanderbilt beats Tennessee in Knoxville 7-5 to take that series. Alabama, after getting clocked in game one, beats Georgia 9-3 in a finish up of a game that started yesterday, and then 5-4 in the second game, which was a full game. Florida beats Texas 4-1. Missouri beats Texas A&M 10-1, and then Kentucky beats Oklahoma 7-2. Before we go there, and by the way, Jay Greason is in the show. Let's let him in here. We're going to give you some rundown of what happened today. Before we get there, reminder, help the folks who help us. That is CHERIBUNDI. If you like to run, exercise, whatever, you need a good recovery drink. Boy, have I got the drink for you. It's CHERIBUNDI. You can see my bottle is empty. There's a reason for that. I use their product. If I don't have the 8-ounce cherry tart juice ready, I got the concentrate, which I'll be taking with me when we go to Hoover in a couple weeks, and I do some running down there. That fails, the gummies. They do, I think, the same thing. They've also got the gummies with melatonin when you go to sleep, all natural stuff, antioxidants, all kinds of stuff that's good for you. It's used by every NFL team, pretty much every NCAA Power 5 team. Super Bowl champs, pretty much all of the last 10 or so use it. I mean, the list goes on and on. The pros use it. You need to use it too. CHERIBUNDI.com. Use promo code SE20 to get 20% off your order. All right, I'm going to go Alfred, Graham, Jay. Let's just go around the horn here. Actually, I'll go around the horn in order. I'll go Alfred, Jay, Graham, so we can go in clockwise order. And I don't confuse anybody, most notably myself. Let's talk about the stuff that you saw today, what caught your eye. And again, we're going to go deeper in the members-only stream after this. Alfred, I'll start with you first. What was notable to you today?
The first thing, player-wise, notable for me today, if we were doing our medal stands, he's going to be on it somewhere. Aiden King. Best start of his Gainesville career so far on the road at Texas. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, walks only 3, gives up just 2 hits. Never let that Longhorns offense get going until the 8th inning, and he wasn't even out there. That was Jake Clemente who got that earned run. Jake Clemente, also a great relief outing, as he has had to have been for this Florida team today. Got it done. Final 2 innings, 4 strikeouts. Even though he walked 4, that only led to 1 run for Texas. So Florida, massive series win in Austin. And then probably the biggest story around this league, guys, at least I think it is for me, Missouri sweep is complete today. A Missouri sweep. Unbelievable, just really unexplainable considering how this team looked before this weekend. The pitching today and the game before that yesterday was fabulous. Great outings from guys on the mound. Will Libbert today with 5 strikeouts in 5 innings, only gave up 1 earned run. And Josh McDivitt with the save for the Tigers. Jackson Lovich, great weekend all around. When Missouri does somewhat well this year, including this weekend, he's usually at the center of it, was today. So big time stuff from him. And then Sam Smith, I see you in here. Tennessee, we got to get the defense squared away because it was apparent today. Hunter Ensley did make big plays during the weekend in the field. Dean Curley also had a little bit of flashes today, but man, it has come back to bite them hard. Outside of Missouri, they have collectively been the worst team defensively in the SEC. 3 more errors today, I believe, and then all that fight, stuff at the end and during it with Andrew Fisher's home run led to nothing. And, it's not really a good look for that team. As far as they go, I'll get into the tournament stuff later, but it's very disappointing. And actually, I'll flip it for a second. Vanderbilt, massive series win here in Knoxville. They're continuing to stack it up and sort of push themselves to the brink of national seeds talk, which we'll get into later, but very impressed with them as well. Thought I'd give that a mention.
Before I go, I want to say, we said it late last night. I want to say it again. Happy Mother's Day. If your mother's still with us, give her a big hug. Mothers are the best. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. And then for me, boys, it was not a good weekend for me picks-wise. Your boy, struggle bus. And then you got Chris over here. He's the Undertaker gif, like rising up from the ashes. He's 2022 Ole Miss, getting like insanely hot at the right time. Coming out of nowhere. So congratulations, Chris. Not a good weekend for me. What a weird weekend across the league. Like everything I kind of thought would happen or have an idea. Like I have no idea. Like pretty much the opposite happened. My main takeaways, I have two of them. The first one is Missouri. Guys, it would be extremely easy just to like roll over and just be like, let's get this season over with, move on to next. We're in the dog days, and Mizzou goes on the road after A&M put together a really good weekend a week ago. And then Missouri, like that was not a fluke at all, especially the first two games. Today it was A&M, like I don't want to be there. So you kind of saw what you saw today in the Mizzou A&M game. Fascinated to see what A&M looks like. Like to me, it looked like it was white towel today, boys. And then the other one, like the weird Vandy Tennessee series with the weather and everything. Sam, I was thinking it. You said it. This is not 2022 Tennessee. This isn't what we saw last year. Like you got a lot of just transfers and freshmen that this is all new to them, and it is just not clicking. They're not gelling. And Tennessee has not played well for 6 weeks now. They've won one series in 6 weeks or whatever it is. So there's a lot to take around all around the league, but those were kind of my two big ones.
As for me, I think the clear takeaway is that Alfred has missed being on the chat because, dear Lord, he had like 72 takeaways. So, I mean, and I'm good for all of them because I'm happy to have you back, Alfred, whether you're wearing your Cowboys hat or your UNLV hat or whichever hat that made the trip with you to East Tennessee. I actually think amid all the craziness, the biggest winner is the SEC because they put an exclamation point on 14 teams getting into the tournament this weekend. Mississippi State took 2 of 3. Kentucky swept Oklahoma. So South Carolina they stole Missouri's white flag, to borrow Graham's word, and the walk-off squeeze in Game 2 in Auburn put the death knell in whatever is going on in Columbia. They're cooked. But other than South Carolina or Missouri, the SEC is going to get everybody in.
I think you might have overcounted by one. I don't think A&M's, and again, we'll hit this in the later part of the show. I don't think that A&M is going to get in after this weekend. Yeah, and we'll discuss that later. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, hey, I think there were several national seeding implications this weekend. Again, we'll save those for the members only stream here coming up in a few minutes. But, guys, one team won 2 games today, and we haven't much talked about them yet. That's Alabama. I think it got home runs out of 5 different guys today. The bullpen kind of figured it out. Riley Quick's start, I believe, got abbreviated due to the rain. And, hey, they came back and took care of business in finishing that one and then won a run game in Game 2 with Carson Osmer throwing both of them. And by the way, we're gonna hit the brakes to a screeching halt on the show because holy cow, man, Quinn, I'm glad baseball's helped you, man. That's a rough weekend. I'm so sorry. I know from experience in my family what alcoholism is like. It's dreadful. Losing your mom is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Prayers to you, my friend. Celebrate your moms while we still got them.
And
I
to
think,
that point, Chris, and to Quinn's point, my mom died on my birthday 8 years ago, and it just makes certain the moms you value, whether they're the mother of your kids, your in-laws, whoever it is, moms you know, and like your team mom of a little league team you may coach, all of them deserve a high five and a hug on this day. They deserve a high five and a hug on every day, but assuredly on this day.
Yeah, and Quinn, I want to let you know, like we saw it, like you said the same things like super late last night. So I don't want you to think that we saw it and ignored you. It was literally like right when Chris was wrapping up and everything. So yeah, I'm very, very sorry for your loss, and again, just we thank you for everything that you do for us, and we hope any way possible if we can make your day 2% better, we're here for it.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I mean, I know people that lost their parents at a young age. I think that's terribly, terribly hard to get over. Had a friend in high school, it happened to him, and I'm fortunate I've still got both my parents. Don't know for how much longer, but I'm blessed to have them. And Quinn, I'm terribly sorry. Losing a mom is hard, and losing that one. I mean, addiction is no joke. If anybody's out there, you need help. Find somebody you can talk to, you can trust. I've seen it firsthand with people really close to me. It is brutal. It is unrelenting. And it just makes you want to, I don't even have the words for it. But Quinn, I'm so sorry. You've been great to our show. You've been family here. And we mourn your mom with you too. So hope you're able to find some solace in the day and some good friends, and glad we are here to help you get through that as well. Back to baseball for a minute. Again, I think Alabama taking 2 from Georgia was a big freaking deal. I've got some implications for Alabama. Not just record and metrics, but kind of some takeaways that we'll get to in the premium portion of the stream. Graham, you got something here?
Well, I just want to ask you, and first of all, give you props, because like you called this like this is going to happen. Georgia's going to win game 1, and then Bama's going to win game 2 and game 3. Like you read it like a book. So like what did you see? Like how did you envision and guess correctly on how that was able to shake out?
Well, thank you for singling out the one thing I finally nailed to that degree, because there have not been many of them. But what I did see is Tyler Fay as an opener he's been good at times, better than I thought. But I just thought with Curley on Fridays, he's been kind of an ace. And I thought, with your best 2 pitchers in terms of your starters and Quick and Adams going later in the week, Georgia's splits home and road guys. I mean, it's just not been the same team offensively. And Alabama's a good team. Saw them up close in person last week. I just thought that with Georgia's pitching unevenness, and look, that's a little unfair. Leighton Finley's been really good at times, right? And I really like him. But I just thought, seeing Quick and Adams recently, they're both potentially major league pitchers. They pitch really well. And with Georgia not being the same thing home and road, and Alabama guys, Alabama's been really consistent. I don't know, Alabama's had just an awful weekend all year. I rode with that, and it worked out.
Yeah, I caught the 9-3 game today. They had, Chris, you mentioned it, I think for just a sec, but it was a bunch of different guys hitting home runs, which is how they were so good earlier in the year, with the exception of Justin LeBron, who was killing it. And he, as a matter of fact, homered today in the 9-3 win they had, as well as Bryce Fowler and Bonamalo. Jason Torres with a nice 2-hit night. The biggest thing, especially in that first game to me, I don't know if you guys caught this, they limited walks. They made Georgia earn it. hitting the bat, and that paid off in the end. Because especially in that first game, Georgia out hit them and lost 9-3, which is just, extremely strange. But that's the way it worked out. And a lot of that is limiting walks. I mean, they only had 2 of them between Riley Quick, Braylon Myers, and Carson Osmer, who I was speaking of in that one game. So, big time stuff from Alabama. That's not an easy Georgia team to beat. And they had to do it twice today to get a series win, with their back against the wall. And they did that. Huge statement. They're going to be in the NCAA tournament to some extent. And we will talk about that later.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the members only link ready to go here in a minute. It's not posting. We will try to figure out a way to get that to you. Let's see, what else do we say? Ben Cleaver, guys. One of my favorite guys in the league. Speaking of consistency, you know me, I love nothing more than consistent starting pitching. He gave them, 6-2 again this weekend, which I feel like is his line every weekend. Kentucky sweeps the series from Oklahoma. I like where the Cats sit for the NCAA tournament. Is it this weekend? Hey, guys, the Gators, been trying to warn you. Now, I didn't think they were going to go take the series at Texas. But I thought maybe chances to win there a little better than people thought. I think you talked about Aiden King early. Alfred, you love that guy. I don't blame you. And then, by the way, Arkansas salvaging LSU, too. I don't know. We got into that one a lot. So I'll let whoever of you got to see some of those take those games.
Also, we just got a super chat, too, from Josh.
Oh, it's not showed up on mine yet. Oh, there we go. That's because okay. Oh, the link did post. I'm sorry. You know what? I didn't scroll down in the chat. So we do have the link for the after show. And Josh, thank you for your chat. Anything for Tennessee to worry about hosting wise that they finished 16-14? We'll dive in a little deeper on this on the members only stream. But since you asked it here in the super chat, I think that is a big it depends. In other words, it depends on what other teams do. 16-14 could get you there. 16-14 might not get you there depending on what happens next weekend. I will say this. Some stuff happened in the ACC this weekend that may have helped you just a bit. Anyway. Who's got next here? Graham, I think you had something.
Well, first of all, for today, let me tell everybody what my day was like. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning in Illinois. I was supposed to have a 7 a.m. flight. Missed it because the shuttle bus was late. Had to scramble. So I did not see very much of any, like I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch anything today. I did see some of the highlights and stuff on social media and everything, but I got back home at 5 o'clock today. So I guess with me, like the thing that just stands out to me is just, I can't remember coming down to the final weekend where it's up for grabs like this, like the top 5. I mean, it makes it fun. It makes it exciting. Like we don't really have one team that's like, pulling away from everybody down the stretch here. Texas, they have a 2-game lead over Arkansas right now. I mean, they better be very thankful that Arkansas didn't take care of business on the road this weekend. But I mean, you're looking at the top 2 and really the top 5 are like wide open as we get ready for the conference tournament here in a few days.
And before you go, Alfred, I hope you guys are ready and you know it. And Josh, I don't know who's playing baseball in Illinois, but I will tell you this. Somebody's getting an Auburn Tiger #1 in the power rankings come Monday.
Oh, here he goes. He's dropped it ahead of time. It's I'm not going to vote Auburn at #1.
I know you're not, but I'm telling you I am.
There's more of a defense for that than I would have ever thought, especially with Texas dropping off a bit. But I think and look, we're probably not as on top of our games tonight because of Mother's Day. I've done probably more box score reading than watching today. But I will tell you this, bullpen day in LSU today, that's an interesting box score.
Those
both
two teams
just
are
kind of through
really
the
good
kitchen
now.
sink.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they are.
Hey, that series, I mean, if we're going to truly do power rankings, I'm going to vote Auburn because it's a fun conversation. But Arkansas and LSU, dear Lord, man. And here is something that has greatly changed across all of baseball. When guys come out of the bullpen and the number 91 comes up there on the radar gun, and Ben McDonald tells me it's a changeup, I'm not ready for that. I can't put my head around a 91 mile an hour changeup. And that's where we are. That's where we are. It's some dude it's like throwing middle relief for Arkansas who's going, oh, you better get the off-speed pitch. I'm saying, damn it, Ben, it's 91. Also, Ben McDonald's hands look like this on the screen. I mean, dear Lord. I think that guy could palm a globe. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Baseball looks like a golf ball.
Yes. I mean, he was holding one and I was going, and in truth, at some point it's got to be uncomfortable. It's like Shaq shooting a free throw. Shaq's hands were so big. Everybody says, well, why can't he shoot a free throw? He's so good at everything else. Go imagine trying to shoot a softball. And that's what Shaq was shooting with a basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love for somebody to tune in right now and be like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah. Is this baseball? And he's talking about Shaq and Ben McDonald's hands?
Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, I think the thing to me, and we'll get into it later, just Missouri sweeping A&M and looking good doing it. I mean,
that's a guy who doesn't know his locker room, right? From the beginning of the season to a hot point. And
I think it's more than that, Jay. I mean, again, like he's 36. He's never been a head coach before at any level. So this is the best league there is in all of college baseball. So you knew there were going to be growing pains, bumps in the roads. Like it's not all going to be like, we're going up and up and up the whole season long. So like if they keep him, maybe he'll figure it out. But to go from being the number one consensus team in the country to not going to make the NCAA tournament, like, wow.
To a possible regional host to now not making the tournament again.
Man.
I mean,
yeah.
Buckets, I live on Signal Mountain. I drive a mountain road to work every day. And I don't have as many hills and valleys as Texas A&M has navigated this year.
They made freezing cold takes today on social media. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Hey,
really?
I mean, Alfred, could you imagine Vol Twitter if Tennessee was doing this?
Go look at Vol Twitter right now.
Hey, Jay, since you said it, Tony Vitello needs to get on his hands and knees and thank the good Lord above that this is happening to Texas A&M, because a lot of people like Tennessee would be the story right now in the SEC.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, how big of a cigar? I know it's an Alabama-Tennessee football thing, but it's kind of a victory symbolism type of thing, even back to Winston Churchill and in big moments of WW2. But Tim Corbin enjoyed this weekend immensely.
Yeah, that series, no, that was interesting, okay? That series was really calm, game 1 and game 2. Game 1, by the way, which Tennessee won 3-2, you won't see a much better baseball game than that. I like a good, clean game where teams are on top of it defensive-wise, the pitching's good. You feel like everything you get, you earned. Yesterday was not that, with the errors, the steals, the defensive dysfunction. And today was just not necessarily clean, but today was a guerrilla war between those two teams. I mean, all whatever had been bottled up all series, they let loose today. That didn't feel like we were watching the same two teams today. But yeah, I mean that series. And look, I'm glad that is a big rivalry for 15, 20 years. Tennessee and Vanderbilt would play, And it just was not a thing. Okay. I mean, it's always a thing because it's Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Guys, that is a rivalry with capital R now. And maybe as heated as there is in the SEC at this point. So, yeah, I mean, whoever won that one today was gonna come up feeling really good about themselves. And today that was Vanderbilt. So,
well, and
I
think it's cool that Tim Corbin coaches third. I really do. Although I think he kind of looks like kind of a goof with the helmet on when he comes out
they have
to the umpires. I mean, he just, it makes me feel like when I was a little kid and you had like the plastic helmets,
right?
And you play wiffle ball with them on. You'd emulate like Joe Morgan with the elbow flop or whatever you were going to do. I mean, he just. I mean, does he feel like he needs protection? Maybe in Knoxville he did, because some of the hecklers on the broadcast were close to the microphone. And some of the conversation was not meant for the childhood or Mother's Day audience.
Yeah, and of course they have to wear batting helmets. It's the rule for protection. Hold
on, Chris. Can you remember, was there an exact moment where this series just escalated? Like, can you or can Josh in the chat, can you guys remember where
2022
baseball wise?
Bats
2022.
Bats.
Yeah. That was the one that did it. Vanderbilt was on top of the baseball universe at that point. That was when Tennessee took Vanderbilt's place. And it felt like it was going to keep it for a minute. And look, it still might. Tennessee season's not over. Vol's got a lot to play for. Josh is asking about the throat slashing thing. I didn't see that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I didn't see it. I guess it was Connor Fennell. Look, there were some things done today that just let's leave it to baseball and don't do that. And that would include one of those things.
Hey, we got some chats that we need to tip a visor to, including, I guess it's Birches at hashtag WooPigSuey.
Yeah, they're gifting memberships.
5 Southeastern 16 memberships.
Thank you. Yeah, and those come at random. By the way, we're gonna end this one in just a minute and start the members only stream. That'll be a little bit more intimate. Everybody asks a question, and we try to get most of them in here. The rule is if you super chat us, we'll always answer it and address it. So unless it's just something profane, which nobody here does. Okay, Josh said it was Ethan McElvain. Yeah,
well,
I didn't see it, but
we all saw how Andrew Fisher started that game. So
yeah, that one, the fuse got lit in the first inning of that game.
Reap what you sow is what I gotta say.
Well,
yeah, anyway. I mean, but you also reap what you sow when you're Andrew Fisher and you walk to the plate with a arm pad on with the words "the big fish" FISCH tattooed on it. Yeah. Hey, if I threw it over the plate back in my day, he'd hit it 17,000 miles. So I get that, but I can tell you this, he'd get one in the back from me. If he's going to come on, if he's going to hustle on out here, then God bless you. Just as long as my catcher gets me the ball back quick enough. But, I mean, if you're going to invite the circus, then don't be mad when the lion eats you.
Yep.
Amen.
If you dish it, you got to be able to take it.
Two things quickly. Quinn with the super chat. Thank you again, Quinn. My goodness, you've been beyond generous this week. I don't even have words for it, which is just how you've been anyway. Auburn back to 2 in the RPI, 1 strength of schedule. Yeah, we're going to dive into that in just a minute on the members only. And I think I missed another one. Yeah, there's going to be takes on this both sides. And I think it exploded after the game was over. Really, there was almost I'm not going to say, to be honest, as soon as the last out of that game was registered, I looked down for a couple minutes to get ready for the show. I looked up, everybody was out on the field, and it got interesting. So there was probably a minute of stuff that happened that I just didn't see because my head was on the dock getting ready for the show. So I guess that's some of what's being referred to in the comments. New members, Robert Woodworth. Thank you, Robert. Guys, a lot of members tonight. Yeah, and thank you to those who've gifted some memberships. I put the link in the chat I'm going to put it in the bottom of the chat too, just in case, because that's a long way up. We got a lot of comments tonight. So I'm going to drop it here too. There's the link to the show, and I'm going to give you instructions for membership, which are dropped up here. Let me copy and paste those. That's not what I meant to do, but it does show you what to do. I meant to throw that in the chat. Let me try that again. Well, I'm hitting the wrong button. Here we go. No, that's not working. I'm trying to do
Good
a
thing you're
copy
good
and
with
paste.
content, Chris, because as the webmaster,
This ain't working.
You're like Missouri pre-Texas A&M in terms of the internet savvy.
Here we go. Here's how to become a member, and you've got the link. Alfred, you're not going to be here, so I'm going to give you the final word on this as we end the free stream, and then go to the members only. Which again, we're going to talk some deeper implications for the weekend stuff we saw. Kind of handicap the NCAA tournament picture. Won't be the full one that you get on Tuesday, because I got a lot of work to do, but I sized a few things up. I got some things in my head. We'll go there. We'll take your questions. So, Alfred, since you're not going to be on that one, I'll give you the floor to wrap up your thoughts on whatever. And Jason, you can be a member. It's $3 a month. I mean, that's what a single
That's half a
cheeseburger or two
latte.
at McDonald's now. Yeah,
That's half a
latte.
latte.
Right.
Energy drink.
Yeah.
Energy drink. Final word. Missouri sweeping Texas A&M, absolutely earth-shattering, especially for Texas A&M's tournament resume, whatever. You guys will get into that. Absolutely shocked by that result this weekend. Good on Arkansas today for salvaging the series in Baton Rouge. Arkansas fans, not the result you wanted, but you did escape with a win. Some SEC teams didn't do that. So you were able to do that, and that's big with Tennessee coming to town next weekend. Speaking of Tennessee, figure out the defense quick and hope you get a good draw in the tournament. That's what I'll leave them with. And otherwise, Florida and Aiden King, huge game today. Here come the Gators roaring right back into the tournament picture, perhaps the host picture. You guys might get into that too a little bit as well. Would be hard, but who knows with how college baseball went this weekend. Other ones, Kentucky, Alabama, huge series wins to kind of solidify we are going to be a great NCAA tournament team. Josh Carter, I love the way Connor Fennell pitches. I don't have a problem with it, and I'll leave it at that.
By the way, had a complaint about, I guess, because we are doing the members only stream. Look, guys, we stream or have videos, at least one about 6 days a week. They're all free. We give you guys a lot of stuff here. I mean, if the bills were paid in life on love and goodwill and no dollars, we would never charge you for anything. We love doing it. It's just a way to keep this going. We're not trying to withhold. We're not going to stop what we're doing already. We're not going to stop the free streams. It's just for those who'd like a little bit more and want to help us out. We've got mortgages. We got, kids to send to college, all that stuff.
Well,
it's just a way to give you a little extra.
I went to the AT&T store and gave them like 3 hugs, and they like waived my cell phone bill for a month.
Don't say those things here.
What? I mean, hey, Texas Rocks is great, man. But
yeah,
I mean, okay, if you want to go to SECU, then you're just going to get crappier stuff. I mean, feel free.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
yeah, it is what it is. It's too late on a Mother's Day for me to get into a debate about this.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Texas.
All right, I'll answer, or I guess address what Josh said. Josh is right. Like, this has been on everybody's, or not everybody's, but I would say the Connor Fennell situation. I would say the last 3 or 4 weeks,
at least,
it's like been a topic. So much so that like in the Ole Miss series, like that's the game that Mike Bianco got tossed, and that's the reason why. And it was when Fennell's on the mound. Again, the rules are when you're in the box, like eyes down, like when you're in the box, and if you look at Fennell, like he's going. So You have to have a really good umpire, home plate umpire that like understands the rules and also can like notice that the hitter's keeping their eyes down in the box. So, like Fennel, he's really the only one that does it. And like Chris, you've talked about it. Like his stuff might not be the most electric. Like he's not going to throw 95, 97, anything like that. He's not doing anything illegal, but he's just trying to get an edge. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's what it is. And you don't see a lot of it, which is why when you do see it, it's different. And which is why, it can drive other teams and head coaches crazy.
Well, and here's the thing on this. This will be the last thing before we sign off and get the members only queued up here in a second. He makes it look kind of easy. Guys, your cardio has got to be off the charts to do that. I mean, pitching requires effort. And to get it and throw it right away and to keep your I don't know. I just because he makes it look easy in Bush League doesn't mean it's easy.
A lot of people don't know it, but he pops like 2 or 3 CHERIBUNDI gummies before
he does. That's the secret, guys. It's not the endurance. It's the CHERIBUNDI gummies. That's how you get your antioxidants, your all that good stuff. So anyway, all right, guys, we have posted the members only link again. That's a little bonus extra for you. We'll talk about some implications and things we don't usually get into on Sunday night. So that's what that's for. For everybody watching the free stream, thank you for being here. Boy, we've enjoyed the last few nights. Got tons of baseball to play. Tons more free content coming. Tons more. We'll have Power Rankings in the morning. That's free. We'll have NCAA tournament stuff probably on Tuesday. That's free. Those are both live streams. We'll do previews and predictions. Those usually come out on Thursday. We'll record those, release those, and then live free reactions Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, we're about to go to the premium portion. Again, that link is in the chat. Thank you all. Happy Mother's Day. God bless you. Have a great night. We'll see the rest of you here in a couple minutes at Southeastern 16.